What up, y'all? It's Malik. Sorry, Sanders the brand. Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it, man. I wanted to talk about this message. I definitely wanted to talk about this message. Cause I know there's people out there that feel this way, and to be frankly honest, I felt this way I felt this way a lot of times, bro. If y'all see my face, I just woke up. I be waking up, brushing my teeth, they coming straight to the whip, bro, to get to business, bro. But yeah, let's get into it, man. I felt like this a bunch of times too, so don't feel alone in it. But people that feel alone and defeated, like, there's so much people right now, especially in 2026 and before in 2025. They felt, a lot of people, especially in this day and age of the internet and all of that, not even the internet, but like just life. A lot of people feel alone. A lot of people feel defeated. Life is really kicking people's butt, So I feel it, because a lot of times, and I used to tell God this, I feel alone and overlooked. And I felt like this a bunch of times too, and I know a lot of people out there right now feel alone, feel lonely, And it's like, but then you got people, right? For the people that feel alone and lonely, right? You got these people out there, because the world is dark, bro. The world is dark. Not everybody has a good heart. Not everybody has good intentions. Not everybody has good intentions. Just because you as a person might have pure intentions, that don't mean the next person has pure intentions. You got people out here who have ill intentions, bro. And it's crazy because, right, you got people out here, right, who are they let their how would you say it? They let their loneliness and them being alone turn them into a monster. Facts. You got people out here who feel alone so much that they would manipulate somebody just so they won't feel alone in their situation. It's real. Oh no, it's real, bro. I experienced people like that in my life, where they felt alone so much that they would try to manipulate the next person into their situation, or they'll try to manipulate the next person so they won't feel alone. Now that's demonic in itself. If you feel alone and you feel lonely, don't try to manipulate the next person to feel to like, how would you say it? Don't even try to manipulate the next person so you won't feel alone in your situation. If you're alone, you gotta go to God. And trust me, I've gone to God myself. So cause I feel like this too. A lot of times I'll be going to God and I'll be telling God, I feel overlooked, I feel alone, bro. But not once did it cross my mind to be like, oh, let me go manipulate somebody and so I won't feel alone into my situation. Hell no. And there's people out there like that who are so defeated by life, by Satan, who are so defeated spiritually, right? They would manipulate the next person so they won't feel alone. Oh yeah, it's real. It's real, bro. It's real, bro. You got a lot of broken people out there who are so broken, they want somebody else to be broken with them. It's a very sick world, bro. You got people out there who go through a bunch of trauma, and they would want the person, let's say, right, a person that is broken has so much trauma, right, from their childhood or from their It could be anything in life that messed them up, right? And they have trauma, right? Let's say this traumatic person gets with a healed person. Let's say this person is healed. This person generally has a relationship with the God of Israel. Let's say this person really believes in the Black Messiah. Let's say this person really believes and is doing God's will for their life. Generally, right? This person is generally doing that, right? Let's say this traumatic person comes into that follower of God's life, right? And then the traumatic person is over here trying to let's say this person is trying to bring this guy or this girl into their world, but they don't do it organically. They don't do it in a way that will just get the follower of God to understand, right? They don't do it like that. Let's say they just manipulate that follower of God and be like, oh, I feel so alone in this situation. Let me try to change how you perceive things. Let me try to manipulate you. Oh, now that's a problem. That is a real problem. Instead of trying to talk like a human being and like a healed human being, this traumatic person will try to change the way this follower of God views things and try to manipulate them on a high level. Let's say they try to manipulate the follower of God on a high level. That's where it's wrong, bro. That's where it's demonic, because if you are that alone and you feel like you don't want to be alone, so you manipulate the next person, like the follower of God, into your situation so you don't feel alone, that's demonic. That is wrong. That is wrong. If you feel that alone, you gotta go to God on that, because you manipulating the next person like that is insane, bruh. That's insane. So you don't feel alone. You know, you got people like that, guys, where they don't want to feel alone, so they would just manipulate the hell out of somebody into their own situation. These people, man, they need to go heal, bro. If you like that and you watching this message, if you like that, you gotta go heal. You gotta go on a fast. You gotta ask God for forgiveness, because that is wrong, bro. You can't manipulate somebody into your situation because you feel alone. If you feel alone, you don't have to manipulate somebody so they will understand your pain. Maybe you just gotta be cordial and talk how you feel, bro. You don't have to manipulate the next person. You don't have to change somebody else's brain chemistry so you don't feel alone. That's wrong, bro. That's wrong. You got people like that, bro. It's real, bro. This world is sick, bro. This world is sick, bro. Like, listen to me, guys. This world is sick. You got people out here, when they feel alone, they do that. And then you got people out here, when they feel alone, they good people. They feel alone, they talk to God about it. Sometimes it might get overwhelming. Sometimes it might not. Sometimes it gets to a point where it's just too like crazy. They go talk to somebody, generally. Or, you know, God might send them somebody in the right nick of time. You never know. When people are alone, man, it's for a reason, especially a follower of God. If you a follower of God and you find yourself in isolation and alone most of your time, and I'm only talking about followers of God, right? If you feel isolated and alone, maybe it's just God building you up. It's God building you up, because I feel like that too a lot of times, especially following God for 12 to 13 years. I felt I was in isolation most of the time, and I still am. It's God building us. It's God building us, bro. For real. It's God building us. That's what he's doing. He's building us for the mission. He's building us so we could emerge. You feel me? But that's not the case for a lot of other people. If you don't follow God, then that's not for you. But a lot of people are alone. A lot of people are suffering and I'm included. A lot of people, we are like alone most of the time, bro. But we can't turn it into a dark thing. We gotta talk to God about it. We gotta be human beings about it, man, because we gonna feel that. And a lot of people are defeated. A lot of people are alone and defeated, bro. They are alone and defeated, bro. It's real, bro. Especially since the internet is such a high thing right now. That thing is high, bro. Where people feel alone and defeated, bro. You feel me? Life is beating people's butt, bro. They feeling defeated, bro. You feel me? And it's crazy because even if, and I'm gonna say this, and probably y'all gonna relate to the followers of God, right? Even though I feel alone most of the time, I'm gonna be honest, we still gonna win. And I'm gonna say that for the followers of God who've been walking with God as long as me too, or just started out. If you just started out, man, keep going, bro. That's all I gotta say to you. Keep going. Be patient and keep going. Be patient with God. Give God room to grow in your life. Give God room, not grow, but give God room to move, for real. But where was I at, man? Just because, for the people like me, just because we alone, that don't mean we lost. That don't mean we lost the battle. We winning. Oh, we winning. For real, we winning. Hell yeah. Just because I can only speak for me, but just because I'm alone most of the time and I feel defeated, that don't mean I'm defeated, bro. It just means I'm alone and I'm just feeling the emotions of a human being, bro. You feel me? I'm winning. I'm gonna continue to win, but in Jesus' name. But I feel those emotions all the time, bro. Alone, isolation. That don't mean I'm losing. You know, I'm not defeated, but I definitely feel alone a lot of times, bro. But yeah, man, like if you going through any situation, if you going through anything and you feel alone, just, hey man, just, you know, if God blessed you with a great friend, a great sister, a great whoever you got in your life, man. If you know God blessed you with that person, man, just talk to that person. Talking really helps, man. It really does. Talking to the person you trust. Or if you don't got that, talk to God, man. Talk to God of Israel, man. Talk to the God of Israel, man. Talk to the Black Messiah, bro. And there was a lot of instances, guys. There was a lot of instances where I didn't have nobody to talk to. Now of course I have great friends, blessed friends, but there's a lot of times where I just didn't want to talk. I just wanted to talk to God, man. There's those times where you just don't want to talk. You just want to talk to the God of Israel, bro. And that's how I feel most of the time. I just wanted to talk to God, bro. And it helped a lot of times. It helped, you know. It helped, definitely. And if you feel alone and defeated, bro, get through it in Jesus' name, man, and keep pushing. If you're a follower of God, keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep going. Talk to God about how you feel. Be honest with him. Don't be praying religious or repetitive prayers, man. Be honest from the heart. Talk to him, man. Like how I'm talking to y'all. Talk to him, man. If you gotta get loud to talk to God because you feeling the emotion, talk to him. But still have that deep reverence. You feel me? Don't talk to him crazy. Talk to him from the heart. Have deep reverence. Have fear of God in you. But still be honest. He's not going to punish you for being honest with him. As long as you keep on going. As long as you respect him. But he's not going to punish you for being honest. Keep it real with him. That's what I be doing, God. I be keeping it real, bro. I be like, look. I be like this. I'm going to give y'all an example. I'm like, yo, God, look, man. I be feeling alone, bro. It's like half of the times you don't even be hearing me. It's like half of the time you don't even care, you know. But I do it in a way that's just, I still love him and have deep reverence for him. it's like walking on eggshells, but not really. You feel me? I be like, yo, look, God, man, I'm tired. I don't know why you created me like this. I got walking problems. I got this. I got that. Man, I got heart. Well, I thought I had heart problems, but man, I got so much going on, God. It feels like you hate me. You know, that's the honesty, though. That's the example I'm giving y'all, bro. You gotta have deep reverence, even when you're talking to God. Honestly, you gotta have deep reverence. You know, because He's still the God of Israel at the end of the day. You know, but that's my honesty, man. Of course, that was off the dome, so it wasn't, you know, but that's how when I'm in that mood with God, that's how I talk, man. I'll be like, God, I feel like you hate me, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You know, but one of the things I love about my prayers, man, it's honest, man. It's honest. That's how you gotta be. You gotta be honest, man. That's how your prayers get answered. You gotta be honest and from the heart. You can't be praying these religious ass prayers. No, you gotta be honest, bro. You gotta be honest. You gotta be honest, like you talking to a friend, bro. You gotta be honest. You gotta be in the you just gotta let your heart go when you talk to God and still have that respect. Don't lose that respect. Don't get crazy with God. I'm not saying that. I'm saying be honest. You know, have the deep reverence, have the deep respect, have the fear of God, and be honest, man. He not gonna punish you for being honest, as long as you keep on following Him and not give up. You know, there's times where I felt like giving up so much, guys. There's times where I felt like when I was alone and defeated, I felt like giving up. I felt like giving up with the walk with God. Hell yeah, I felt like giving up. I felt like giving up a bunch of times, man. I even told God to, you know, take me out of here. This world is too dark. Honestly, I was like, this world too dark. Take me out of here, bro. I prayed countless prayers like that. I prayed prayers that was just like, man, I'm done with this world, God, man. Take me out of here, bro. Like bro, like real defeatedness, bro. I was real defeated in certain seasons of my life. I was real defeated, bro. I would like tell God, I'm like, yo, God, take me out of here, bro. Please, bro. You know, I feel like giving up on the walk with God. I felt like that like 4 weeks ago. I felt like giving up, but I'm still here, man. I'm still pushing. That don't mean I'm gonna give up, but I felt like it. I felt like telling God that. You know? For real, I felt like telling God that. So that's when I feel like that, man. That don't mean I'm defeated, but in that moment I am defeated because I'm going through all the emotions. But the real people out there, if you feel alone and defeated, man, talk to somebody, talk to God. Man, just build that relationship with God, man. Talk to Him, man. If that helps you, talk to Him. If it doesn't help you, you know, talk to a blessed friend that you got in your life. If you got blessed friends, if you got godly best friends, you know, that you can trust for real. But yeah, talk to God, man. We all feel alone. We all feel defeated, bro. Like, but the people that manipulate, oh, you different. I'm not gonna lie. You different in a demonic way, because that's wrong. You can't manipulate somebody so you don't feel alone in your own situation. That's wrong, bro. If you like that, because there's millions of people like that. If you like that, I'm gonna be honest with you. Repent. Ask God for forgiveness and don't do it, bro. Like, really heal from that stuff. I'm gonna be honest. If you doing that to countless people, heal from that, man. Stop. If you in a relationship, if you looking for a relationship and you doing that, oh no. You gotta go heal. You gotta go on a fast. You gotta go heal. You gotta go ask God for forgiveness, because that is wrong, bro. That's wrong, bro. That's so wrong. And you gotta go ask God for forgiveness, man. You gotta go heal up. You gotta go get your mind right. Cause that's sick. That's sick behavior, bro. You gotta go heal from the trauma. You gotta go heal, bro. You gotta get away from the woman. For the dudes like that, you gotta get away from the woman. For the woman like that, you gotta get away from the dude. You gotta go heal. You gotta go into isolation and go heal, bro. If you follow God, you gotta go into isolation and heal. If you do that, you gotta go heal. For the worldly, I don't have anything for the worldly folk, but you gotta go heal, bro. If you doing that, you gotta go heal, bro. You gotta go heal. You gotta isolate, not in a way of isolation from everybody. What isolation I'm talking about is you gotta go to God. You gotta go on a fast. You gotta fix your heart posture, bro. Cause that is so wrong, bro. That's wrong. But like I said, bro, a lot of people, they still not gonna fix themselves when they do that. They just gonna go to the next person and try to spread that trauma. Man, you gotta heal, bro. If you doing that to people because you feel alone, if you gotta manipulate somebody into your situation, you gotta go heal, bro. You gotta go heal because that's demonic. You gotta get all them dark spirits out of you. You definitely gotta go on a journey of healing, bro. In God, in the God of Israel, bro. You gotta, hey, bro, that's wrong, bro. But it's Malik Soaring Stands as a brand. I just wanted to do this message for the people that feel alone and defeated, bro. Man, like, yeah, keep on going, man. If you follow God, keep on going. Go to God, talk to God about it, because I know how you feel. I've been there so many times, bro. So many times, even recently. So I understand it. But like I said in the beginning, we still gonna win. For real. Just because we feel like that for the followers of God, we still gonna win, bro. We still gonna win. But it's Malik Soaring is a brand, man. Visit my website, man. I got short stories on there. I got poetry on there. I got a spoken word poem. I got a spoken word album on there. I got a book coming. I got art on there. All types of stuff, man. I do what many hats, but y'all be cool, man.